You're not everything you could be. You don't know the pathway forward with as much clarity as you could.
If you want to be great in sales, first of all, you need to learn to listen closely and actively.
Rise and shine, it's espresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Jordan Peterson. Also, if you want to get confidence like Jordan Peterson and others, check out my 254 series. The link is in the description below and it's free.
If you're going to speak effectively, you have to know way more than you're talking about. There's another rule in my book, which is Rule 9. Assume that the person that you're listening to knows something you don't. Well, they do. The person you're listening to knows some things you don't. You can be sure of that. Now, whether or not you can get to them is a different matter, but if you do get to them, it's a real deal for you. That's why you want to listen to the other person's arguments, is because you're not everything you could be. You don't know the pathway forward with as much clarity as you could. And it's possible. This is one of the wonderful things that I've had the privilege of experiencing as a clinician. Because people, it's like I live inside a Dostoevsky novel as a clinician. People come in and they tell me about their lives, and I listen to them, and they tell me things that are just absolutely beyond belief, And I learn from my clients constantly. They're telling me honestly about their experience. They tell me things they wouldn't tell anyone else because I actually listen to them. But part of the reason I listen is because I'm desperate to listen. It's like there's a possibility I'm going to do something stupid in the next 5 years that's going to be like fatal. And there's some small possibility that if we have a decent discussion, that you'll tell me something that will eliminate some of my blindness so that I don't have to fall into that particular pit. And if you have a good sensitivity for the depth of the pit, then you're pretty bloody motivated to avoid it. And so, and that dialogue it's dialogic, it's dialogos, right? It's shared logos. It's the way that we redeem ourselves mutually moving forward.
Now I've got a special bonus clip that I really think you're going to enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I want to know, who do you need to listen to more in your life? Let me know in the comments below.
But give me a couple things. What makes a good closer, a good salesperson, a good persuader?
The ability to listen, first of all, because a lot of salespeople really don't listen, and they're not even prepared to ask good questions in order to get good answers. So I'll give you an example. When I used to train people, I would carry around a quarter, a dime, and a nickel. So they can put this on the screen if you're editing this, but pretend this is a quarter, okay, and this is a dime, and this is a nickel. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to listen, okay? Bob's mom has 3 kids. The first one is Nicholas. The second one is Demetrius. What's the third one's name?
I don't know. What is it?
Okay, well, I'm going to have you listen again.
Okay, do it again.
Bob's mom has 3 kids. The first one is Nicholas. Second one is Demetrius. What's the third one's name?
I don't know.
See, that's because you're not really actively listening.
Okay.
Now, actively listen to me.
Okay.
Bob's mom has 3 kids. The first one is Nicholas. The second one is Demetrius. What's the third one's name?
You got me. I don't know.
Listen closely.
Stop it. Give me
Listen.
the answer.
Bob's mom.
Bob's mom. It's
Has-
Bob.
There you go.
It takes me a while.
See,
See,
notice that doesn't take you a while. You're not listening actively.
I'm struggling with my IQ issues, but I got it eventually.
I guarantee it's not that. People do it all the time. They're not listening actively because we're having a conversation and you're not trying to sell me anything.
Right.
But when someone says what makes the best salesperson, ultimately,
were all of you just watching that going, what the hell is wrong with me? Or were any of you with me on that? Like, is at least 5% of you with me that you did not know Bob's damn name?
I'd say 90%.
Because what it is, the trick is there's a damn N, a D, and a Q. So you're throwing me off with the Q.
Yeah, well, that's why I'd have a dime, a quarter, and a nickel.
Yeah.
So people just are trying to, because they're not listening. So if you want to be great in sales, first of all, you need to learn to listen closely and actively, and then secondly, learn to ask the right questions.
If you want more Jordan Peterson and how to live your greatness, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
There isn't anything more powerful than truth. Right? That's the antidote to suffering.
Momentum. That's the thing that's missing.